What is up, guys? Here, Doomsday here, and today we are back, but we're doing a different type of video this time. In this video, we're going to be going over two things. The first thing is going to be a bunch of leaks coming up for the next patch, which should be in about 3 weeks because that's when the season reset is. And whenever there's a season reset, there's always a new update. So there's going to be new skins, heroes, things like that. And the second thing that we're going to be going over is just the state of VG and some articles that they posted about the future of their game, pretty much. But before all of this, make sure to join the new Discord server that I just made. I'm going to leave a link to it at the top of the description. I'm just going to be chilling in there. You could ask things, do whatever you want, just talk, meet new people. But the second thing is, let's try to get to 3,000 subs by June 12th. So that's like 2 weeks away or so. And I know that we can get 300 subs in like 2 weeks because we've gotten like 100 in a day before, and it's kind of crazy. But to get right into the leaks, the first thing that we have is a new Flicker skin. It kind of reminds me of like, here, let me pull up this. This does like a view around it. It will play. There we go. It kind of looks like a genie lamp on top. It kind of reminds me of the Aladdin movie that's coming out soon. But after the Flicker, what else do we have? We have this is supposedly the new hero. So far, the source is what I've used for all of my leaks and everything, and they've gotten like everything right so far that I've used. But it's not 100% guaranteed. But like so far, they've gotten everything that I've shared is all from this, and it's always been right. Like they've gotten the last heroes like Magnus and Leo and Kane. They've gotten all those models right and everything. And after that, there is apparently the hero after that. They already have that somehow. I don't know how reliable this one is, since this one seems like it's kind of far off. So I'm not entirely sure about this one, but on to the next one. It's going to be a new Kensei skin. And it looks kind of sick, to be honest. I've been wanting to play Kensei. I'm probably going to play a bunch of Kensei now since it seems to be better, and I definitely think it's much more viable. But after that, there's again another Summer Party Gwen skin. So there's already some Gwen skins that just came out, but there's some more. I'm not exactly sure what that is in the back of Gwen's head. Looks like I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, that looks pretty good. And it's gonna let me scroll up. This is just all of them together, if you want that. But that's going to be about it for the leaks that I have. And as it gets closer to the update, there'll definitely be more leaks, especially on the new hero that's coming out, like the name, the abilities, things like that. So make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see those. But now we're going to move on to the articles that Vainglory posted. Okay, so this is the first thing that Vainglory posted, and it's just an update from the developers mostly. If you've already seen these, which a good amount of people probably have, it's not anything new really, so if you want, like, I'm just telling you it's going to be the same thing as what you read before, because of course the article didn't change. But I'm sure a bunch of people have not seen these, since if you don't like look on Twitter or like Discord or anything, you most likely will not see this since they didn't show it anywhere else, really. But first off, what they're talking about is how they wanted to add stuff like touch controls and PC to try and promote the game so more people would play it. But in my opinion, like if you want to play a joystick game or something like that, I'd rather just play like Arena of Valor or like Mobile Legends, just because those are like all joystick and everybody's on the same level. Whereas like on Vainglory, playing a joystick against like these touch controls that most people use is definitely a huge disadvantage in my opinion. And honestly, I think that eventually, once they get PC to the level, it'll be better in playing on mobile, which definitely will get on my nerves. And I think to some extent, it already is better. Like, I know for Captain for sure, and for like, some people say for mages too, it's better. Since you can use your items easily, abilities are pretty easy to use, and everything runs pretty smoothly. The only issue that people complain with on PC is that weapon power carries are super hard to play since it's almost impossible to stutter step from what people have told me. They are saying that they used to have 100,000 viewers for their championship game in 2017, and if you didn't know, this year they only had like 5 or 6,000, I think, at the most on the Twitch. I believe it was Twitch or YouTube. I don't remember, but so pretty much that just shows that their game has took a huge hit over the past year with the introduction of 5v5 and things like that. It says that they were too enthusiastic about their esports program. So if you didn't know, a while ago, like year and a half, 2 years ago, there used to be huge organizations like TSM and Cloud9 playing or being part of Vainglory. And what Vainglory would do is they would pay these organizations to take part in Vainglory esports, and in return those organizations were supposed to promote the game and like pay players to play for them. But from what I've heard, these organizations did a really bad job of promoting the game, and there's like no content created or anything. So Vainglory dropped this and they stopped paying these organizations. And from what other people have told me, it was a lot of money that they paid these organizations, like crazy amounts of money. So that was kind of a bust since that didn't work out. And they also mentioned how they've struggled to have good communication with the community, which I think for sure makes sense. From the looks of it, they haven't like talked to us about anything. This is the first thing that we're getting from them for a while. And I definitely hope that they do contact the community more and keep in touch, and definitely take critical feedback, because I know so many people have so much feedback and so many ways to try and improve the game, but it just seems like they kind of just ignore us. So hopefully that'll change. And it also mentions that the introduction of 5v5, it made a lot of people quit. Me personally, I started playing right when 5v5 came out, the golden ticket thing, a while ago, if any of you guys remember that. But that's when I started, but I heard a bunch of people quit around that same time. I'm not exactly sure why or anything. Like, honestly, I like 5v5, but I think some people played the game for 3v3 just because it was different. And with the introduction of 5v5, they thought that the focus would shift to 5v5, so I think that a good amount of people quit. But they definitely, it says that they want to pretty much focus on PC and Mac and try and make that better and try and like open up more things so more people would play. And it says that they're expecting more updates, but their main goal is to just refine the game and fix things like bugs and things like that, instead of like new game mode stuff like that. Like they say no 10v10, which would be insane to be honest, but I'm fine with that. Fixing bugs, polishing overall gameplay, and things like that. Fixing matchmaking, stuff like that. That'd be nice. But it says that they have a new secret coming along, and I'm kind of curious to see what this is, but it says we have to wait a few months for it, so hopefully it's something good. Make sure to comment down below any guesses that y'all think this is. So, they're saying that they're going to focus on China, because if you didn't know, for the World Championship, I heard that since in China apparently you can't use like Twitch, YouTube, things like that or something like that. So they have their own streaming service. But apparently the like Chinese Twitch or whatever it's called had like 500,000 viewers or some crazy amount. So I think that showed Vainglory that they're gonna get a lot of stuff if they try and invest more into China. So I think they're gonna do that. But that's it for the first update. Now we're going to move on to the second thing that they posted. Now for the second article, which is about API and Vainglory esports. So if you do not know, API, they describe, is pretty much, it just records your stats for each match. And you can go on websites and things like that and put in your in-game name, and it'll show you the stats, like all of your matches that you played, whether you win or lost, the amount of gold you had, items you bought, damage you dealt, how much you've healed, things like that, your win rate, KDA, and a bunch of people use that. But for the past while, 2 months, I believe, something like that, it's been down, and pretty much the people at Vainglory, they haven't told us anything about it. They've just left us in the dark about it. So finally, they're talking about it. And if you didn't know, Vainglory has been like cutting, or at least from what I've heard, I'm not entirely sure, but from what I've heard, a bunch of people have been saying that they fired a bunch of people, and so now they're like way smaller than they used to be. So I think that's why what they mean by they think it's too difficult to resolve, and that they're gonna shift focus from it because they don't have enough people. I think that's probably what it is, but I'm not entirely sure. All they really say is that they're done with API and they can't really handle it at this moment. And honestly, I don't think this is a big deal. I mean, sure, it was useful, fun to have. It was nice, but I don't think it was necessary, really. Like, it's not going to affect anything too much, and I think people will get used to it again. Now, for Vainglory esports, which used to be huge, as I said earlier, and they straight up say they're just going to shift away from it. And they're just going to focus on, like, entertainment, pretty much, and not do competitive as much like they used to. So, I think this is good in my opinion. Like, even though I want esports and I definitely, like, would take part in it, it affects such a small portion of the player base that I don't think it's worth investing so much into it. Like, they used to, but they did that to try and get publicity for the game to get more people to join, but they're talking about how they're just done with esports now because it wasn't really working out for them, obviously. So instead, what they've been doing is they've been giving ice to people that run tournaments. So these are community tournaments that people run, and they offer like ice prize, and they'll try and make a prize pool if they can get some donations and stuff. So instead, that's what's been going on lately instead of tournaments ran by Vainglory. But they're saying that they're going to communicate with us, which hopefully is true since I'm definitely interested in what's going to come up. And many websites for the API, going back to that, websites like VG Pro, I don't know if some of y'all probably don't know about it, but most of y'all probably do. It's what pretty much everybody used to check all their stats and everything. They announced that they're going to close it down because without Vainglory supporting API, they can't do stats and everything. So they decided they're going to close that. And also, there's been another huge announcement that's going to definitely affect Vainglory in the future. Now, what we're going to talk about is other new games that are coming to mobile. So, if y'all haven't heard, there has been this thing lately that League of Legends is coming to mobile, and somebody pretty much confirmed this. He said that like he knows the marketer for Riot Games, and that he pretty much confirmed it for him. So pretty much, and also there's a bunch of stuff that pretty much like guarantee that they're planning something. So League of Legends, they're planning to work with Tencent, I hope I said that right, to make a mobile game. So if you don't know, Tencent, if I'm saying that wrong, that's going to trigger everybody, I'm pretty sure, but they're also the same company that developed Arena of Valor, or Knights of Honor of Kings. And they're the same company that did that, so they're planning to work together to make a mobile game. And League of Legends, that's a huge game. I'm sure if that does come to mobile, a ton of people are going to start to play that. And it might even affect the Vainglory player base. Not maybe, it most likely will, like guaranteed. Since a bunch of people are going to switch over to that. And I feel like if they make it touch controls, then I feel like Vainglory is going to take a huge hit. However, I think if it's joystick like Arena Valor and all that other stuff that they've done in the past, I think Vainglory will still do fine. But other games like this can definitely hurt the future of Vainglory. Also, there's Dota 2 that's supposed to be coming to mobile. It's like people are testing it, stuff like that from what I've heard. But yeah, that's about it for this article, I think. Just other games coming to mobile and like taking over the community of Vainglory definitely threatens it. But that was all I wanted to talk about. Just what they've posted to everybody. Make sure everybody saw it. And that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and join the Discord link below. And see you guys next time.